TLO, what's poppin'? Damn. Nigga just ate chicken or whatever. We are on Twitch. We are not live, but you can leave a like, comment, subscribe. Turn on your post notification bells, man. Let's continue to grow the family from Chicago to the UK. I can't find any of my Chicago hats, so I got a Dubai hat on, or I don't even... I'm not going to take this hat off to see what kind of hat it is. I know what y'all trying to do. The man who squeezes muscles, searching for purple Acki. Now I asked for documentaries, and this one right here stands out above all. The name alone, my guy. The man who squeezes muscles. Is he like really out here squeezing muscles? Let's check it out, man. This has got to be great. Look how it starts off. Just a cool summer breeze. Leaves brushing through the wind. Let's get it. Squeeze some muscles.
Purple Acki.
Pepper.
A name that's whispered in the parks and playgrounds of Merseyside.
They make this man sound like Candyman or something. That's hilarious in itself. Ah! I'm sorry. Right.
A threat made to kids. A name I've known all my life. Watch out.
So all your life, you about 30 something. So this man has been squeezing muscles. I said muscles for 30 some years.
Out, or Purple Acki will get you. A bogeyman that nobody was really sure even existed.
No bogeyman. Boogeyman.
When I was at school here, we'd all joke about him. We'd wonder if he was real. We'd make threats, saying he was going to come and get you. And we'd laugh, but we'd be a little bit scared.
Like, what muscles is he squeezing? Bicep, tricep, gluteus maximus? Like, what's going on here? All right, I'm just so intrigued. Like, he has this velour around him of boogeyman. Like, this nigga's out here squeezing muscles. He ain't Candyman. You can't say his name 3 times and he appear and take your soul or something. He's taking your muscles. Okay. Well, I got to see this. I am hungover drunk right now. I seen this all over. I looked it up. I'm like, the man who squeezes muscles, and I just couldn't pass it up. Plus, he kind of looks like O.J. Simpson. So.
Even on a wet Monday night in July, everyone in Liverpool knows Purple Acki.
Do you know Purple Acki?
Yeah, I know of him.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this guy, like, yeah.
It is kind of like a ghost story almost that goes around the playground to scare people.
He kind of looks purple.
But then when you see him, you like, your heart goes.
Yeah. I've seen him once in Birkenhead Market.
I've seen him in Live Street, like my dad there works at Live Street train station.
I actually saw him the other day coming down the escalator in the Central Library in Liverpool.
What does he look like?
He's big, really big, like just really big.
I heard he's like this really like massive guy.
He does look like a scary person. Yeah. Because he just looks like he'd take it in a fight no matter what.
Yeah.
He's infamous, isn't he? He's fighting for the wrong reasons though.
Why do you think he is?
Purple Acki, this nigga would never survive in the city of Chicago. Imagine him on the side, on any side of Chicago, running up on somebody trying to squeeze it. Come on, man. Let me just finish.
He touches men's muscles and boys' muscles and follows them to the gym.
My dad knew him when he was a kid, and my dad said he's always been a bit of a alone, a bit of a weirdo.
Everyone at some point has seen him or been chased by him or whatever.
Everyone knows he's the bogeyman of Liverpool, that's all he is.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Everyone in Liverpool has heard of Purple Acki.
Okay.
Everyone thinks they've spotted him and felt a shiver. But why is everyone so scared of him?
I'd always been interested in, from tiny age, being strong, being bigger. I used to like the Hulk, I used to watch Popeye. My dad used to get me spinach in a tin. As soon as I turned 12, they let me get a weight set. And that's it now. I was 15 at the time. And I was walking across the road. And,
no.
Into me.
No. I'm watching something real right now. This is not a joke. Are y'all messing with me right now? This man is squeezing strong ass niggas' muscles out here. This man is squeezing. Okay.
Me. And he said, I know you, don't I? I said, I don't think so. And he said, I do. What gym do you train at? So I told him, and he said, well, I train there. That's where I know you from. He was like, well, let me just show you these murderers on trial in the law courts. I was like, I don't want to see any murderers on trial. Straight away, he turned on me and said, you're being racist. You don't want to come with me because I'm black. And I was like, shocked. I was like, my dad's from Egypt. I'm not racist. Anyway, we went in the law courts, and this is where it gets a bit weird. Went into a little tiny room. So he said, take your top off. But I want to see your muscles. So I was like, I don't want to take my top off. He's like, why? What's wrong with it? You do bodybuilding. I'm into bodybuilding. I just want to see your muscles, that's it. He was stood in front of the door. I had nowhere to go. In the end, took my top off. And he's got me doing all these bodybuilding poses. He's looking at me. He's like, right, I want to see how strong you are. Get me in a fireman's lift and squat me. So I was like, no chance. He's like, why not? He started getting a bit aggressive. Anyway, I just ended up...
This man is really traumatizing people out here. Like, okay, like, it's funny, but I don't want to laugh. But I'm gonna laugh. I can't believe this is really happening out here.
Doing it.
So he's on your back?
He's on here like this. Fucking massive, 6'5" he is.
6'5" black man on your back getting squatted.
He was sweating loads, and I remember thinking, why are you sweating? After I put him down, he wasn't in front of the door, so I just opened the door and legged it. Ran all the way to the train station, train back to Formby. 2-3 weeks after this had happened, I was on my bike, riding home about 11 at night. Next thing, he jumps out, grabs me. He's like, I've brought me tape measure to measure your muscles. He tried to put it around my leg, and that's when I pushed him and ran, banging on the door. Mom, Dad, there's that big black fella's here. My dad and his mate run out looking for him. He's gone. We got the police. The police were like, is this him? I was like, yeah.
They had a picture of him?
A picture of him, Akinwale Arabiki. You might have heard of him, Purple Acki.
No one knows much about Purple Acki. All they know is his name, Akinwale Arabiki. In court, he said his nickname's racist.
A little bit.
He's being questioned by the police about muscle touching nearly 70 times.
Hey, that's not funny because he's really traumatizing people out here. But look, come on, man.
He's being questioned by the police about muscle touching.
Oh my God. Oh man, come here, sir. We gotta bring you in for muscle touching. What the fuck is going? This is not real.
You have to go back to the 80s to understand how come his name's so feared.
I can't do this. I'm all nervous. Gary Kelly.
So who is Gary to you?
Because it's not funny, but like the way BBC Pause has this illustrated and orchestrated the music they choose and the wording they're choosing. They did this on purpose. They're doing this on purpose. They're taking a funny undertone to it. And I'm catching on to y'all.
Kelly was my boyfriend. Gary was a big lad. He was 6 foot. And he was absolutely adored football and was constantly playing football. So he was quite well built and had big legs. And I think that's what Purple Acki liked, was his legs.
What did you know about Purple Acki?
To be honest with you, I didn't know nothing about him. I'd never heard of him until he started harassing Gary.
Liverpool just every time it just more and more. Every time I turn on my computer, there's another reason why I just want to go to Liverpool. Liverpool is golden. I'm sorry, y'all.
He was like a bloody ghost because you're at the bus stop and there's no one there. And the next minute, he's there in the bus stop right next to you. You're like, where did he just come from? Because you didn't see him coming. It was like he just appeared.
Ma'am, stop.
Gary was absolutely terrified of him. Yeah, really scared. Really, really scared. Yeah. But you would be, wouldn't you? He'd be standing in the entry at the side of his house. So you wouldn't know that he was there. And as Gary would leave my house and walk over, he'd just step out the entry. And then Gary would go down the entry with him, and that's where he used to make Gary do the squats and stuff. Gary said that he would get excited by that. So that's why Gary went to the police in the end and got a harassment order. And
excited in what way? Oh, man.
Purple Acki wasn't supposed to come over to Birkenhead. He was supposed to stay on, wasn't allowed over the Mersey. He was supposed to stay on the Liverpool side, and he didn't.
Like, I know this is serious. I know, okay, this is real. I'm going to stop laughing because it's not funny. This man is really traumatizing thousands of people. Thousands of muscles, millions of muscles have been squeezed by this man. It's traumatizing. Gets off to it.
We got up on the Sunday morning.
Something wrong with this.
Lovely day. Gary had made plans to go to New Brighton back with all his friends.
Okay.
I come home and I was in the bath, and then the next minute I heard his mum screaming. Something to do with Purple Acki following him or chasing him. When he came out of the swimming bath, Purple Acki was at the entrance. Gary spotted him. He spotted Gary. Gary panicked, because obviously he's been and snitched on him and he's got the police involved, and so Gary must have panicked and ran to get the hell out of there and get home. And I think he tried to mingle in the crowd. Purple Acki followed him to the train station, and then he's just gone into panic mode and thought, I've got to get away, and his only escape would have been to cross the lines and escape over the fences. He got caught on the lines and got electrocuted.
Wow.
Acki was convicted of manslaughter.
Oh,
but it was
man.
overturned because there was no evidence that he'd actually threatened or even touched Gary. Acki's defense was he was the victim of racism. He was just on the platform, looking at trains. It's almost as if fear had killed Gary Kelly.
Everywhere you went, there was like writing all over, like train stations and walls, R.I.P. Gary Kelly, always remember Gary Kelly. And obviously, I think loads of slanderous stuff.
Hey, R.I.P. man, R.I.P. for real. That's fucked up. The fear of this man basically killed Gary Kelly. Like that's real talk. Like that's tough.
About Purple Acki.
I mean, growing up, I've heard so many people pretend that they've seen him. You know, there's always a kid in school who's...
Do you think they pretend that they've seen him, or do you think they've actually seen him?
I just didn't even know he existed at first, so...
I can't believe that you didn't think he existed.
I don't think many people did.
No.
No, because me as an American, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking like, this can't be real. This is not real. But this is real.
Oh.
I wondered if Acki was a bit of a victim and all.
And I'm just saying because I'm telling you, in Chicago, even in the suburbs of Chicago, if this man squeezed somebody's muscle, he wouldn't leave from that point. His soul would leave him and go up to the muscle squeezing hell or something. I don't even understand. Okay.
All this.
And you two, I don't condone any of this. I'm just saying, like, this man would not...
A big black man in a white city with an odd obsession.
I got a big black G-lock with 17 of them. I wish that... Ah, that's tough. I'm done pausing.
From the unknown. But then I met Kelly Mullaney.
Okay, Kelly.
She's moved to the other end of the country, and even now she doesn't feel safe.
When I was about 13, 14, going to the local park, you had to pass the forest, and they always said Purple Acki lives down there. Growing up, it was a myth. I didn't believe him. I just used to think Purple Acki doesn't exist.
When did the myth become a reality?
As I got a bit older. When we were outside the shop, we were drinking cider. Like Mad Dog 2020, something like that. And then we were just all hanging about, and he just turned up in this silver Granada. Everybody's just like, oh my God, it's Purple Acki.
So he had a car?
He's just purple and huge. There's just no one else like him. One day I was going home.
I'm not gonna lie, that name Purple is pretty darn racist. God.
And Acki was trying to touch my brother and feel my brother's arms. So I said to him, I'm gonna phone the police if you don't leave my brother alone. Get away from the boys and move.
Oh man, that's messed up.
When I got home, it was about half an hour later, it was bang, bang, bang on the door. So I looked out the window and he was like, come down here. I was like, I'm not coming down.
Purple Acki was at your crib?
He came round with a gun, put it through my
Purple Acki came with the pole.
letterbox and said, you're fucking dead, you're dead, you're dead. They were the exact words. You're fucking dead, you're dead, you're dead. I phoned the police. There was like 6 or 7 police cars there within a minute, and yeah, he got charged with threats to kill against me.
Acki was sentenced to 2.5 years, but there was no evidence of any gun.
Swallowed
When he got
it.
out, an extraordinary sexual offences order was made, banning him from touching, feeling or measuring muscles. Loitering near schools, gyms or sports clubs, going into Witness, Warrington or St. Helens.
What's it like being someone who sent down Purple Acki?
To be honest, when I'd done it, I was like, why the hell have I just done that? You know, this is going to make my life hell, sort of thing. And I ended up moving down here, which has changed my life completely.
So you had to move away?
Yeah. Just to be on that safe side. And that's like 16 years later, you know?
Since then, Acki's gone from terrified.
He's just a big ass pervert. A big ass pervert. That's tough. Needs help. It's mental. Something's going on. He got like that kinky ass fetish. Freaky ass, big body ass.
Buying Bogeyman to a bit of a joke. I tracked him down to an address in Liverpool and got a number for his solicitor.
So you went searching for...
So I got a letter back from Acki saying, could you please stop calling round to my home? You have my solicitor's name and number. It's odd to have heard back from a man who, at the start, I wasn't even really sure existed. And now I have something physical and real. This is a man who is known for harassing people, and he sent us a letter saying to basically stop. It's a bit surreal.
A few months ago, Acki got the sexual offences order overturned.
So he back on the road squeezing muscles.
Judge agreed muscle touching wasn't a sex crime.
If you fetishize it, yes it is.
Acki said he was reforming. He may no longer inspire fear, but he still haunts people.
If you need reforming, then...
I didn't tell anyone I was pregnant until after his dad's funeral, which was 6 weeks. The timing just didn't seem right to be telling people that I'm carrying his baby, and so. Ben, this is Jamie Lee.
Hey,
Jamie Lee's my daughter.
Okay?
Sorry for invading your house.
It's okay.
Wow.
For a lot of people, it's a joke. He is a boogeyman. He's like, my boyfriend says people walk through town and if they see him, they'll take selfies and.
Crazy.
But not a lot of people are aware of what happened to my dad. It's a sickening dip in my stomach because that actually happens to people. And do you know?
Do you think people know who he really is?
No, not at all.
Wow.
Who is he really?
Don't know. Even from someone whose life is affected, don't know who he is.
We made repeated attempts to talk to Acki. He did not want to speak. Wow. That right there might be the craziest shit I ever heard in my life. I've heard a lot of crazy shit, but that right there is different. I promise to God, if they drop a movie, I'm going to go see it.